So, Stella Sora is coming out in less than a day, and I figured it'd be nice to compile a list of all the information I've found so far regarding the game. My hope being that whether you're completely new to the game and have no idea what you're doing, or you have some experience playing in the closed beta test, that there's at least something here that's relevant to you so that you can take away from this video. With that being said, most of what I'm going to say here is going to be from my perspective. Having played back in the summer global beta test, I'll try including some of the CN beta test information as well, but do bear in mind that some of this information is subjective and open to interpretation. I'll leave links to any of the guides I mentioned in the description below. Now with that out of the way, the first and most important topic that I'm sure most people are probably here for is meta. And the meta in this game currently revolves around taking monochromatic teams, meaning one element. That's mostly because the stages in this game currently only have 1 to 2 different enemy typings, so taking a variety of different elements in one team is not usually necessary. On top of that, the runic discs in this game, which are basically like the weapons, the runic discs often have effects that only apply to one element, such as the one on the screen right here. This usually makes monochromatic teams even more efficient, and there's currently 6 different elements in the game, all of which have a variety of different elemental effects. So while there are stronger and weaker elements, it's at least advisable to have a team for each element. On screen here is going to be a tier list of what I thought were the strongest elements to the weakest elements, and on the right is going to be CN's list of who they thought were broken. Keep in mind that Terra was not released during the global beta test, so I have limited information on that, and I'm also sure that you'll notice some pretty big differences when it comes to these opinions, namely the placements of ice, fire, and light. The unit balance in this kind of game can change pretty quickly, especially with the introduction of new units and runic discs, but I hope that if there's any point you can take away from this information, it's that wind and dark are both very solid. At the very least, I can guarantee you that they're at least fun to use, and apparently that CN thinks that Terra is more broken than that, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for any units to try to go for, definitely try to go for those units. Also, with Chitose coming out, can change things for the ice elements, so, keep an eye out for that as well. Anyways, on to the second topic that I want to discuss, which was the gacha system. The gacha system has already caused quite a bit of confusion for a lot of people online, and me included. So hopefully I can try and clear up some of that confusion and make it a little more clear how this system works. Basically, the first time you try sparking on a featured character banner, you only need to go to 120, and during that time, it's completely possible to get the featured character early, which would have no effect on your 120 spark. Meaning you could continue going up to 120 if you wanted to receive an extra duplicate of that unit. Now, separate from this sparking mechanic is the pity system, which is probably more familiar for you folks that play Hoyo-likes. The game will keep track of the last time you successfully pulled a featured character, and it'll guarantee you one every 160 pulls, which is independent of the sparking mechanic. So it doesn't take this sparking into account. Just note that the 120 sparking mechanic, so this red line right here, this will not carry over between banners, so it will be gone by the time the next banner rolls around. And this is the part where I'm heavily speculating. There's no source to back this up yet. I'm heavily speculating that this pity system will carry over between banners. Meaning that if you really wanted to, technically, you could go to 120 on the first banner, save this 40 to the second banner, and then just use your pity to get your second banner if you wanted. That's probably a strategy you could do. Just remember though that this 40 can change instantly if you get luckier earlier on in your spark. So just remember that if you do get lucky and you get a character early, it won't affect your 120 spark. It'll only affect your 160 pity system. Okay, Jesus Christ, that was a lot of words. Anyway, alright, so moving on to the next thing. This is a list of all the free stuff we'll be receiving on launch to help with the Trekker funds. And I'll put a diagram of all the pictures on the screen here right now so that you can see where these are all coming from. But in total, we're going to get 60 Sprout tickets, 20 more if you complete your authorization level, 60 Cerulean tickets, 21,000 silver discs, which are like the runic disc pulls, the standard runic disc pulls. An additional 21,000, by the way, if you also level up. 4 rainbow discs. You get 2 stellar resumes, which are basically 2 selectable 5-star trekkers. And honestly, some random stuff, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You get the deal. It's all on the screen. So they're giving away quite a bit. We'll have to see whether or not how generous they are. My hope being that they certainly give a lot away, because this gacha is shaping up to be on the more expensive side from our calculations. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really have anything else left to say for this kind of topic. I do have a lot more I'd like to say about the game itself, but I think that's for a different video. So yeah, if you found anything useful in anything that I blabbered on about, you're welcome. I'll leave a link to the official Discord in the description as well, in case you have more questions or whatever. You could probably ask around in there as well. But anyway, yeah, guys. Vergia's here. Oh my god. Oh, please give me Vergia. Oh my god, Werner, Vergia. Oh, let me touch the trekkers. I want to touch my cute and funny.